guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to talk about my reading plans for the month of December. I have, I think, six books to talk about. I have a buddy read that I'm going to be doing this month. I have 2 more books on my top 8 of 2018 that I need to read, and I have some review books that I need to read as well. So I'm getting a little bit of a head start on my 2019 review books, which I'm very, very excited about. All right, so let's start with the buddy read I'm planning to do. I'm going to do a buddy read with Brianna, who has a YouTube channel, so I will link her down below if you guys want to go and check her out. But we are going to buddy read World Without End by Ken Follett. This is book number 2 in the Kingsbridge trilogy, I believe is what it's called. The first one was Pillars of the Earth. This is number 2. I do not own number 3 yet, Columns of Fire, but after I'm done with this one, maybe I will pick that one up. But we are going to buddy read this. I'm going to be listening to the audiobook. It just helps me get through it a little bit faster that way. And since we're going to actually try to finish this before the end of December, it's going to be better for me to do that. But we did mark it off. We're going to try to read about 200-ish, a little bit more pages every week. And that will put us at the end of December. But this is over 1,000 pages long. So it is a big book, but I'm excited to continue, and I definitely wanted to continue soon after finishing Pillars of the Earth because I didn't want all of that knowledge to leave my head. So we are going to be buddy reading this one. If any of you guys are interested in doing this with us, leave me a comment down below and we can add you because, like, the more the merrier, seriously. But we are starting December 1st, so we probably have started already, but it just started, so you can easily catch up. But we are basically doing it by the week instead of by the day or whatever. But if you're interested and you want to read this one and pick it up with us, like right now, let us know. And I have 2 more books that I need to read for my top 8 of 2018. One I'm currently reading, and that is Geralds Game by Stephen King. I'm actually more than halfway through this. I'm about on page 300, and this book is a little over 400 pages, like somewhere around 450. Okay, this one's interesting. Not my favorite. It's different than I thought it was going to be. So there is that. It does involve some handcuffs and a woman and a man and some bondage things happening, but it's not taken the direction at all that I thought it was going to. So in that way, it's good because it surprised me. But again, it's just not quite what I was expecting. So I don't think I'm enjoying it quite as much. But yeah, I'm making progress. I'm almost done. I will probably try to finish it either over the weekend or very, very early next week. I'm actually listening to this on audiobook right now. And yeah, so currently reading. And the last book that I have for my top 8 in 2018 is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. And I'm very excited to read this. This one I will be reading physically because it does have a lot of pictures and some multi-platform media stuff in here. So that's stuff I want to actually physically see instead of listening to it. So I'm definitely going to be reading this one, and I'm going to try to do it very soon after I finish Geralds Game. This will probably be the next physical book that I pick up, but I'm very excited for it. You may have noticed that I did not read this one in November like I said I was going to. I just didn't have time. And that means I'm going to read it in December, and I'm still going to do a reading vlog for it. This is the older review book that you guys picked for me to do a reading vlog for, and I promise that I will. So this is Another Woman's Husband by Gil Paul. So I definitely plan to read this in the month of December and do a reading vlog for it. So hopefully I can get that up before Christmas. We will see. If not, it'll be a little bit after, and it's totally fine. But yeah, so I do plan to read it. I haven't put you guys off, I promise. I just didn't have time in November. Another older review book that I plan to finish in December is Everybody Always by Bob Goff. This is a nonfiction Christian book, and I started this. I got about 45 pages in, and I was having a hard time concentrating on it, but I did request the audiobook from my library. I'm first in line, and I am waiting, and whoever has it is taking forever to return it. I'm checking it every day and it's not popping up yet. I'm like, come on, I'm next in line. Let's go. This is a 5-hour audiobook. It's not that hard. Come on. So I'm very impatiently waiting for this so that I can listen to it and have this one finished. And then another review book that I am planning to start this weekend actually is Paper Girl, and this is by Cindy R. Wilson. This was sent to me by Entangled Teen. This comes out December 4th, and I do hope to have a review up for it the week of the release. So I don't think I can have it up on the release date. I don't think I can read it by then, but sometime that week, hopefully the first week of December, I can have a review video for this one. That's my goal. If not, maybe very early the second week, we will see. But I do plan to pick this up this weekend and get it started on it. This is a young adult contemporary, and it's about a Japanese American girl who has severe anxiety to the point where she has not left her house in over a year. Because of that, her schooling is suffering, and her parents hire a tutor to come into the house and kind of help her with her schoolwork. And it ends up being a very popular boy from school who she has had a crush on, and the bond I'm sure that they are going to form. So I'm excited to read it. Thank you, Entangled team, for sending me a copy. And again, this comes out December 4th. Review book that I'm going to be reading for sure that comes out in January. It comes out January 8th, and that is The Paragon Hotel by Lindsay Fay. And I have already started this book, so I'm already reading it. And I am really enjoying it so far. This is a story about a girl who lives in Harlem in the 1920s, and she's kind of involved in the mob scene there. She plays a very special role in the mob scene in Harlem, and she ends up getting herself in trouble, and she gets shot on the side. She's like kind of grazed, more grazed by the bullet than anything, but it's causing her a lot of pain, and she basically is dying because of the blood loss and infection and all that stuff. She runs from the situation, gets on a train, is going to the other side of the country, and she ends up meeting one of the train, I guess you could call him a butler, maybe, and he is Black, and this is in the 1920s, and in Oregon, which is where she's going to. She's going towards Portland, Oregon. In Oregon, this is very interesting, back then, Black people were not welcome to live freely in the state of Oregon at all. And that was according to their constitution. There's a lot of information about that in there. And so he ends up taking her in and saying, "You need help. I'm going to help you." He takes her to this hotel called the Paragon Hotel, which is dominantly Black people who live there. And she falls in with them, and they are being skeptical but accepting at the same time because this is a white woman. And so she ends up, kind of becoming part of their family, and kind of how that is all going to work. But so far, it's very, very good. I really like Lindsay Fay's writing. I've read another book by her before that I really enjoyed, and I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm very excited to continue with that. It comes out January 8th, and I will have a review up for it closer to the release date in January. But so far, I'm really enjoying it a lot. Hey guys, that's 7 books. 7 books I talked about, and I have 6 of them physically. The Paragon Hotel I'm reading on my Kindle right now. I should be getting a final copy when they're available. I just haven't received it yet, but so far I'm reading it on my Kindle, and I'm excited about that. So that's all I'm going to limit myself to. I'm not going to try to add anything else or do anything like that. I'm trying to be more realistic about my TBRs. But let me know down below if you guys have read any of the books I talked about. What are your plans for December? Are you trying to finish up any goals that you had set for yourself for the year? Are you trying to reach your Goodreads goal? I've surpassed mine already, so I'm not too worried about that. But what are you doing in December to kind of finish out the year of 2018? I'd love to know that. All right, I will talk to you guys again soon, and I'll see you later. Bye.